What's going on, all you mob enthusiasts? Your two favorite gangsters are back once again today talking about the brand new film from Graham Moore. We're talking about The Outfit. So that's right. We're talking about The Outfit, the new film from Graham Moore. You might remember his name attached to 2014's Imitation Game. That one starred Benedict Cumberbatch, received a lot of critical acclaim and did very well. He is back to direct The Outfit this time. This one stars Mark Rylance. He's the main character, Leonard Burling. Then we have Zoe Deutsch as Mabel, Dylan O'Brien playing one of the Irish gangsters, Richie, and then finally Johnny Flynn as Francis. And it's a crime drama, but there's also a lot of mystery in it. And this one plays out with a lot of, a lot of deception. And it's like a long game of chess here, with Mark Rylance as Leonard Burling at the head of it as this cutter working in 1956 Chicago and having to deal with these Irish mobsters who come into his business, obviously for his great, cutter work. He's not a tailor, he's a cutter, as he explains in the film. But he puts together these really nice threads that the gangsters are wearing there in the picture behind you. But anyways, they do a lot of criminal activity outside of his shop.
Exactly. This is all about my family, the Irish, and the north side of Chicago. Oh, give me a hot dog over here. No, but the setup of this is really cool. I love period pieces, especially in Chicago. Seeing the old mobster days. My wife's uncle was in The Outfit actually back in the day as well. So it ties to that when to witness protection. So I know a lot about the history, all starting off with obviously Al Capone and then branching out to other states in this huge organization of the mob, this crime world, taking money and killing people along the way. So, they ran things back in the day. So it's cool taking a dive into that from the viewpoint of a London Englishman, being Mark Rylance in this film, being a cutter, working in the shop, designing suits for all the mobsters. Gentlemen back in the day that all dressed nice compared to today, like what I'm wearing right now. But, men back then wore really nice suits. There'd be a mysterious box in this little office there where he's designing, dropping off envelopes having to do with that. And also mysterious tape that they find out about in the film. But the whole setup's very cool. It really kind of takes place in two rooms where Mark Rylance's character works out of. So that's pretty much the whole setup of the film is right in there. It's really a cat and mouse kind of game.
This one felt like a throwback film, like one back in the day where it was very focused. You didn't have a lot of shooting locations. It's very confined to this one shop here. And you get this whole, hour and 45-minute story as it unfolds in the shop. But it's really well done. I love the mysterious aspect to it. We see Leonard, Mark Rylance's character, working with Zoe Deutsch's character, Mabel. Mabel's sort of like the, sort of the secretary there, helps him out in the shop. And, she's kind of going behind his back, dating one of the mobsters that come in, Dylan O'Brien, Richie. He kind of has his suspicions that she's seeing this guy, but she's denies it. But we find out, a couple minutes into the movie that she is indeed, going out with Richie there, played by Dylan O'Brien. And then you also have this other character, Francis, who's another one of the Irish mobs. They come in and they bring in this briefcase and it's got this tape. And as the story plays out, we find out about this tape. This is, when bugs were starting to be placed in places where the FBI and the authorities could listen in and find out what the outfit was up to, who was working with who killed who. So it all revolves around this tape that's brought in and the mystery unfolds from there. You get some deception going on with Mark Rylance's Leonard, kind of playing Richie and Francis off of one of another, playing to their suspicions, Richie and Mabel being a pair there. It's a mystery that unfurls over the time. We find, Francis has his suspicions about Richie. Something happens in the film between the two of them, and it sets out further the story. You could go into details here, but really this is a movie that you want to see without having anything spoiled for you. There's many layers to it. It's like a long chess game. And Mark Rylance really is the main focus of the film here. And he does an excellent job, playing this cutter. But we find out throughout the film that, he's more than just a cutter. There's more than more than meets the eye with this character. And, he's been able to listen into these conversations that are happening in a shop between these gangsters. And you kind of get the sense that, he knows more than he's telling people. And as the story unfolds, it just gets more and more intricate, playing off this deception. There's some murder involved, and you got all these syndicates coming in, going after each other. So even though it's confined to this shop for most of the film, actually for all of the film, it's really well done, and keeps you enthralled throughout the whole hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, when you bring in a big mob boss into the situation, it's not going to end well. But you found out some characters kind of playing everybody in this whole situation without giving too much away. And having to do with Francis's character played by Johnny Flynn, I thought he was pretty good. He's a good bad guy. He reminded me of like the Walmart version of Michael Pitt. Never seen him before, but I thought he was good in this role. He's very convincing as a mobster, and having to do with this murder. And they're trying to, the big mob boss comes in trying to figure out what exactly happened. So they're all kind of playing this game. Really a lot of great twists and turns along the way, and getting more of a backstory about Leonard's character. He's been through some shit and why he ends up in Chicago from London. So his whole arc was really interesting. I mean, he's the main focal point of this movie, and he's stellar performance. I thought he did a really great job. Everything he's in, he's always really great, but he really elevated his performance in this movie.
Definitely. And Mabel plays kind of like his daughter in this film. He lost his family, which is explained in the film what ultimately happened to them. But, he sees Mabel as kind of his daughter, and her whole goal throughout the film, as she mentions in the very beginning, she wants more out of life. She wants to be able to go and travel and see these places that she's always dreamed of. And she wants to, store some money together and be able to kind of escape her life up to this point and go on and have spend her life traveling and being in these exotic locations that she's always dreamed of. So it's very much a relationship between them two that sort of plays out throughout the whole film, where you get instances where they're not getting along so well, but ultimately, you find out that they're, quite the team together. So with that being said, I had a great time with this film. I didn't know what to expect. It kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't see too much press for this.
No.
I don't even remember seeing the trailer when it came out. But I sort of looked into it. I saw the poster for it, looked into it, and saw that it had gotten some good buzz around it going in, and ultimately watched it. And I was glad I did. This is right up our alley. We like these mobster picks, and this one was like I mentioned, a throwback to the old style. Obviously playing in the 50s with the Irish mob. Usually it's the Italian mafia that we're dealing with in these movies. This one was the Irish mob in Chicago, our stomping grounds, so right up our alley. But I had a great time with this. This wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting more like a straight up kind of gangster film, but this one was a little smarter. And obviously Graham Moore being a fantastic writer and proving that on Imitation Game. Now he comes in to direct this, and he was wise to cast Mark Rylance. And really the whole cast, shined in this. Like you mentioned, the gangsters are a little cookie cutter and kind of Walmart versions of ones that we've seen in other things, but still it was well done. And I enjoyed the whole film as a whole, the mystery and everything. And I liked how everything tied together, and you saw the whole picture at the end. It was really well done. That being said, I'm going to give Graham Moore's The Outfit a 3.5 out of 5 Francis hairpieces.
Well, I had a really great time with this movie, taking a trip back in the day during the mobsters, when the mob ran Chicago, our old stomping grounds here, growing up in Illinois, knowing the whole history behind the outfit, and just, being super excited. I love this genre of filmmaking and TV shows too. It's much like The Untouchables meets Boardwalk Empire, that feel and look, costume design, music, everything. It really takes you back to that time period. Great period piece. Really great performances here with Mark Rylance playing Leonard. Zoe Dutch was really good. Dylan O'Brien was good. All solid performances from the supporting cast. The movie taking place in 2 rooms. I thought it would have been more in this film. I thought there would have been more killing and more fights and things like that. But that's not really the case. It's more of a cat and mouse kind of game, building up this story. It's kind of a puzzle, I guess, the best way to put it, in a way that a character's playing everybody in this, and how it all ends out with a really cool twist. It's not what I was expecting, but nonetheless, I had a really great time with this. I thought Graham Moore did a great job directing this. And it's a movie I highly recommend, so definitely check it out. So with that being said, I'm going to give The Outfit a 4 out of 5 Mark Rylance hairpieces. So we're interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on The Outfit. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also, check out these wild boys on our social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, Cinephellas.com, and our YouTube channel right here. We've been posting quite a few videos lately. Me and this guy always have something to talk about, so definitely check us out right here.
That's right. And we'll be back soon to review more movies coming up. We got a lot of great titles, a lot of great TV shows to cover as well. We're going to go back and review a classic film right after this. So stay tuned for a classic film review from us, from these wild boys. But we both enjoyed The Outfit from Graham Moore. You guys should definitely check it out. It's one worth watching. A great mystery and right up your alley if you're a fan of, the mob movies. Definitely a nice little twist on those movies. So we are out. We are going to go out into the Windy City. We got to go find The Outfit. Until next time, I'm Henry Hill. That's my good mate,
Logan
Rylance.
Cheers. Cheers.